Today on our 1986 Chevrolet Silverado, we'll be taking a look at and installing the B&W Heavy Duty Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver. This is going to be a Class 5 hitch, part number BWH DRH25198. And here's what our B&W Class 5 hitch is going to look like once it's installed. Super easy installation with only drilling one hole for this application, and keep in mind you may not have to drill holes with your application, but some do require it. Simple bolt-on installation, fully welded construction that's going to offer a staggering 1,600 pound tongue weight capacity and 16,000 pound towing capacity, offering a sturdy 1/4 inch steel plate design for your chain tie downs and extra strengthening, as well as that 2 inch by 2 inch receiver tube and 5/8 inch pinhole going straight through. A couple other great features about this hitch is it's going to come with that black powder coat finish that's going to help prevent any kind of rust and corrosion, as well as the zinc plated bolts. You're also going to see the trailer wiring bracket that's going to be included in our kit. Another great feature about it is with the older vehicles, you're going to have to relocate that spare tire rod, and that's going to be another thing that's going to be included. Here you can see the spare tire relocation bracket that's going to go attached to the side of the frame using that same hardware that we used to secure that hitch, and it's going to be nice and sturdy on there and not going to go anywhere, so you know your spare tire is going to be safe underneath the back end of your vehicle. Now we'll go ahead and give you a few measurements to assist you in selecting from hitch accessories such as ball mounts, bike racks, and cargo carriers. From the center of the pinhole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be about 4.5 inches. From the top of the receiver tube to the ground is going to be about 17.5 inches. These measurements should assist you in selecting from hitch accessories depending on what kind of bumper you have on your vehicle. Now let's go ahead and see how it's installed. First thing we want to do once we have our hitch out is go ahead and pre-assemble it. Now as far as the pre-assembly goes, we're just going to connect that center tube to the side brackets that are going to mount up to the frame on our vehicle. On older trucks, it's going to be important to remove your spare tire first before you get started. To pre-assemble our receiver hitch, we're going to set our brackets in with the loops facing towards the inside and attach it to the outside flange. Once you have it attached to the outside flange, we're going to take our 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch bolts and slide them through. Line up the holes, press them through, and then place on your lock washer and hex nut on the back side. You're going to have 4 attachments for these 1.5 inch bolts on each side. It is key that you do not tighten these down yet until you have it up on the vehicle. Now with all of our hardware hand tightened down, we'll go ahead and put our receiver hitch up into position. All right, on your outermost attachment points, which will be here in the slotted groove at the back of the frame, and the one right in front of your rear leaf spring hanger, we're going to place through our larger of the 2 blocks. You'll see the difference here, and our 2 inch bolts. We'll do this on both sides. Now we'll go ahead and raise our hitch up into position and temporarily attach it to those bolts. On the bottom side, we're going to place in those smaller of the 2 blocks, our lock washer, and our hex nut. And this will be the same on both sides. For the rearmost and forwardmost attachment points. And we'll leave those just hand tight. We're going to go ahead and drill out our center attachment point, and this may be required on some models. Using the hitch as a template, now that those center attachment points have been drilled out, we'll go ahead and slide through our bolt. Place our larger of the 2 locking blocks on top, lock washer, and then hex nut. We'll do this on both sides. I'll go ahead and tighten down our bolts, attaching our receiver to the frame. Once we have those done, we'll go ahead and do the other side, and then move to the center bracket and receiver tube attaching to the sides here at the back. Again, repeat this same process on the other side, and then torque all the bolts to manufacturer specifications in the order specified. Now, another great feature about the B&W Hitch is it's going to supply us with our spare tire rod relocation. Our spare tire rod will look something like so, maybe not all bent up like this one is, but it's going to look similar. Go ahead and slide that through the relocation bracket, and then we're going to mount our bracket up here at the top, attaching it to the frame. We'll place our bolt through the hole, and then on the other side, we're going to use one of those extra blocks. There's going to be 2 of the big blocks in there, followed by a lock washer and a hex nut. We'll go ahead and tighten that down. Now that we got a relocation bracket for our spare tire mounted up and secured, we can now move to the back of the vehicle where they're going to supply us with our bracket for our tow wiring. Also supplied is going to be the screws to secure it. Go ahead and tighten those down using a 10mm socket. And now we're ready to put our spare tire back into place. And that will do it for our look and review of the B&W Heavy Duty Custom Fit Classified Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number BWH DRH 25198 on our 1986 Chevrolet Silverado.